My classmate went missing 3 years ago. Today he uploaded a horrifying YouTube video. There was always something off about Darren. He was the quiet kid that sat in the back of the class, the type of kid that people would expect to shoot a school up. But despite going to school with him for my entire life, I never could have predicted the disgusting secrets he was hiding. Darren was always treated like he was invisible. Teachers skipped over him, students walked around him, and even substitute teachers claimed his seat was empty. It was almost like he didn't exist. And maybe that's why we all stopped noticing when he finally disappeared. During the pandemic, everyone moved to online school, but Darren never logged in. The teachers never checked, and the school assumed that he just moved away, so they never even marked him absent. For the next 3 years, I sometimes wondered what happened to him, but I never expected to see him again, especially not through a YouTube notification. It was around 2 a.m. when a YouTube channel that I didn't remember subscribing to uploaded a video called Dialogues with Darren Episode 2. The thumbnail was pitch black, but when I accidentally clicked on it, I almost got up from my bed. It was Darren. He looked paler than I remembered, but still had that same greasy hair and those wide eyes. He sat in a dark room that was lit only by the glow of his computer screen. Next to his seat was an empty chair that had the word Mookie written on a piece of paper. I wanted to click off, but before I even got a chance to, Darren started talking. Hi guys, this is Dialogues with Darren. Today we've got Mookie back on the show. Say hi, Mookie. There was a good 10 seconds of complete silence before Darren nodded and laughed politely. Classic Mookie. At first I thought it was a skit, maybe something he made to cope with the isolation. But as I kept watching, something felt off. He didn't blink once, and there were long moments where he stared directly at the chair, as if someone really was sitting there. I ignored it and went to sleep, but 2 days later, he uploaded again. This time it was called Dialogues with Darren, Juniper Smith, and the video was much worse. It started off with him thanking her for coming, before he asked her how she died. He then sat in silence for 2 full minutes, and then whispered, "That's awful, I'm so sorry." By the end of the video, he was nearly crying. He kept reminding her of how proud he was of her, and how brave she was. There were no cuts or transitions in the video. It was literally just raw footage of Darren talking to someone who wasn't there. For the next few weeks, I watched every single upload. He interviewed the Annette twins, the Rogue, and someone called the Gray Man, but that last one stuck with me, because halfway through the interview, Darren broke character and started laughing. "I'm sorry," he said. "You're just too much, Gray." But I didn't laugh, because when he said that, the camera glitched, and for just a second, the chair wasn't empty. I thought I was losing it, and stopped watching his videos for the next couple of days. But after a week straight of not watching his videos, my phone buzzed with a live stream notification in the middle of the night. It was called Dialogues with Darren Live. I thought about it for a second, and then decided to check it out for a minute and leave. But the second I joined the stream, Darren immediately said, "So you're the first to reach out to me? That's interesting." I didn't know what he meant, but right after he finished his sentence, I started to hear something. It sounded super metallic, like someone was scraping a blade against a stone or something. It hurt to listen to, so I muted the stream to get rid of it, but it didn't change. It was almost like the sound was inside my head, and that's when I saw that Darren's expression changed. "How did you find me?" he asked while he was staring at the empty chair beside him. But the thing was, it wasn't empty. The Gray Man from an earlier episode was just sitting there, while Darren looked like he was about to pee his pants. I tried spamming the chat with questions like where he was and if he needed help, but it was too late. After about 25 seconds of begging, the Gray Man stood up and said, "I'm ready to take you with me now." Darren tried to stand and run away, but he couldn't move. The lights in his room started to flicker, and before I knew it, the stream went black for 4 seconds, and when it finally came back, both chairs were empty. This time, both Darren and the Gray Man were gone. All that was left in the stream were the 2 empty chairs, and a message on the screen that read, "You're next, Darren."